Alright then, folks, so hello, welcome back to Let's Play MediEvil Remake. On the back show. Welcome to this very quick little bonus episode we're going to be doing in this... So everyone, hello, welcome to this special bonus episode of Let's Play MediEvil Remake. I'm, of course, the Black Shadow. And we are here in the library in the Sleeping Village, folks, where we're about to delve into the various books with plenty of background story and lore and history on Gallowmere and its various famous residents. As I said, if you're not particularly interested in this, feel free to skip ahead to the next video. We'll be actually delving into the asylum grounds and on the way to the asylum itself, where there's someone quite important sitting around there. But we'll delve in that in the next video. For now, if you'd like to sit back and relax and grab the popcorn, take it easily and revel in Gallomere's very rich and glorious history.
Tourist's Guide to Gallowmere, Part 1. The land of Gallowmere is a wondrous land of breathtaking sights and adventure. If it's beauty you are looking for, be sure to check out the sights of the Enchanted Forest. Scale the heights and see the nests of giant dragon birds. Seek out weird and wonderful plant life. Go ooh and ah at the sight of baby dragon toads splashing about in the crystal clear ponds. Why not take a walk through the Pumpkin Valley? Pumpkin is Gallomere's favorite dish, and about now the valley is just bulging under the weight of young podlings awaiting harvest.
Doesn't that sound like the greatest advert you've ever heard? Don't you want to come to Gallowmere? Look at the fun you'd have, dodging death from every direction.
Tourist's Guide to Gallowmere, Part 2. If it's mystery you're looking for, then the seasoned adventurer should travel to the ruins of King Peregrine's castle. Yes, this is the fortress from which the fabled King Peregrine once hailed. It is said that the king's crown was lost in the dungeons below the castle, and that the ghost of the regent himself now haunts these cold stone passageways. Spooky. Why not take the swamps and seek out the mythical town of Mellowmead? This place was once said to be a place of fantastical arcane alchemy, but an age has passed since it was consumed by the murky swamps. Perhaps great treasure awaits any adventurer that can locate its watery resting place.
Yeah, Mellowmead. That's a name I haven't heard for a long time. Well, there's a place that we will definitely be visiting before this series is out. Both pretty cool, especially Peregrine's Castle. God, I love the old music to that. I hope they've done it some justice. Now for some actual history.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 1. During the dark time that was Gallomere's not-too-distant past, it was King Peregrine who thwarted Xeroc the Necromancer and his plan to enslave the land. Xeroc, once the king's mage, had fallen out of favor with the ruler for conducting outlandish experiments on the bodies of the dead. It was said that deep within Peregrine Castle, the dead were restless. The dead are to be honored, not kept as the playthings of alchemists, declared King Peregrine as he banished Xeroc from the castle. All of Xeroc's living dead were routed out and destroyed. Xeroc, being an unforgiving soul, went into hiding and vowed to wreak his revenge on the king.
Yeah, so he's a bit of an old hand at this, is he? There's no shock.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 2. Rumors of ill-doing and dark deeds abounded through the land of Gallowmere. It was whispered that Xeroc had employed the aid of shadowy demons to help build a vast castle. Under the cover of night, Xeroc's dark army spilled forth from their corrupt haven. The army marched south across the Silver Mountains and through the Silver Woods. Soon afterwards, even the Pumpkin Lands belonged to Xeroc. The folk of Gallowstown cried out for help. Save us, good King Peregrine. Retaliation was swift and violent. King Peregrine's forces, led by the brave Sir Fortescue, drove Zarok's army back from Gallows Town. Oh, there was much rejoicing, but the war was not yet over.
Not by a long shot. We have ourselves a pretty important battle to deal with first.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 3. News that Zarok's army had now taken the Floodlands caused much concern. From this vantage point, Zarok could march west to take the Enchanted Forest. This sacred place would prove a bitter defeat if it fell into the hands of the evil sorcerer. It was Sir Dan Fortescue who once again led the king's militia to rid the demon host from the land. Yet the evil wizard was cunning and had prepared an ambush. Titanic battle ensued, of which history has never seen the like. It is said that the day would have gone to Zarok, but for the skill and valor of one man. Fortescue led the charge deep into the massed ranks of the undead, felling Zarok's bodyguard, the fearful Lord Cardok, and before finally succumbing to his own mortal wounds, slew the traitorous sorcerer with a mighty sweep of his sword.
Remember, folks, history is written by the winners. Fortescue, I wouldn't quite say he was a winner, but his king definitely was.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 4. The forces of evil were destroyed, but at a terrible price. None but a handful of the king's militia returned from that field. Gallowmere lost a whole generation of young men that day, including Canny Tim, the legendary crossbowman, and Fortescue's second-in-command, who fell in the first volley of arrows. Zarok's body was never found, though if it lies unmourned in an unmarked grave, then no one in Gallowmere would shed a tear. The shadow demons that had fallen under Zarok's banner were unnatural creatures that did not belong in the world of mortal men. The king declared that they be banished, entombed under the pure earth of the enchanted earth. Imprisoned within an impregnable box of the king's design, the demons were buried deep underground. Their tomb was sealed with a magical device that has since come to be known as the Shadow Artifact.
Yeah, so there you go, folks. So Zarok's used them before. He tried to get his hands on them in the fighting before this, where Dan Fortescue actually fell. Of course, Zarok's body was never found because he didn't die, and that's why the mayor of the town decided to banish them, because he realized how bad it'd be if they ever got out again. Hence why the Shadow Artifact was created, which we now possess. And why Zarok wants it.
Heroes from History,
This
a
is a good one.
retrospective. Chapter 1. In addition to being the strongest man who ever lived, Stanier Ironhewer was unsurpassed in his skill as a blacksmith. He was equally happy pounding on his anvil at home as he was pounding on someone's head in battle. It was said that his only fear was the end of the village smithy as the focus of manufacture, in favor of more centralized units. As if.
Old school. Gay?
Chapter 2.
What was
Born a
that?
humble peasant to one of the nomadic tribes from the Eastlands, Bloodmanoth Skullcleaver gathered an army of horsemen and swept over half the civilized world. When he finally died, attempting a single-handed attack on a garrison in the north while armed only with a spike on his helmet, he was the richest and most powerful peasant of his day.
What if they're trying to like make him like the medieval's version of like Genghis Khan or something like that?
Chapter 3. Carl Sterngard spent most of his formative years under siege at his family castle. With his impregnable magic shield, Sterngard's motto was, "The best form of attack is defense."
This is great.
Sadly, his shield couldn't protect him against poor eating habits, and he died during a post-battle feast while swallowing a large sausage he had failed to chew.
What a way to go. One of the greatest heroes of Gallowmere died to not eating a sausage right.
Chapter 4. Truly the hero's hero. Woden the Mighty was fearless, single-minded, and uncompromising. Unbeaten in combat, he inspired raw fear in friends and enemies alike. Not to mention in close family members and pets.
And me. And me.
Chapter 5. Trained from birth in all forms of combat, Imanzi Shongama was the warrior queen of a tribe of Amazons. The bold and the beautiful Shongama banished all males from her territory, except the handful she kept on to mow the lawns of her people.
How nice of her.
Chapter 6. A full-time mother and homemaker, Megwin Stormbinder had to defend her settlement from barbarian raiders while the menfolk were away on a hunting trip. She fought off repeated attacks, armed only with a pitchfork and a rolling pin, and with one arm holding her baby.
She couldn't even put her down.
Legend has it that the gods, impressed by her indomitable courage, intervened and added thunderbolts to her arsenal. She won the battle with a couple of bolts to spare on her husband when he finally returned.
Poor bugger. So yeah, Megwin is the only hero we've not met yet so far. She's hidden behind the double doors. We'll see her soon enough in her fun hours. I've also realized that
Chapter
the text...
7. Dirk Steadfast was a fearsome opponent thanks to his magic sword and a firmly held belief that only women defend themselves. Real men are always on the attack. He was a friend and contemporary of Carl Sterngard and was with him even to the end. It was whilst Steadfast was explaining his views on Sterngard's shield during a feast that the latter had his tragic and inexplicable accident.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, so the game actually, give you some time before it carries on the next text. But if you go down quickly enough, you'll just start early. Which is cool.
Chapter 8. Descended from the finest centaur bloodstock, Ravenhooves the Archer was the last prince of his people. A proud and haughty aristocrat, he was an accomplished hunter, sportsman, duelist, playboy, raconteur, and 3 times Derby winner.
He was a playboy? And here we go.
Chapter 9. Captain of the Militia in the time of King Peregrine, Sir Daniel Fortescue found fame when he killed the renegade wizard Zerok. A career soldier raised in the royal household, he was adored by the men under his command and renowned for his loyalty to Gallowmere. It was said that Fortescue was always destined for greatness. With his square jaw, steely gaze, and thick shock of hair as black as raven's wings, he looked every inch the hero.
But alas. So yeah, 9 chapters of almost all of the heroes that you can be found in, said Hall of Heroes. Of course, there are 10 statues in there as well. You'll notice the only person that's not in this, who does get a mention, though, I believe, does he get a mention in this? Maybe he doesn't. Is Canny Tim. He's the only person that's not in this book, but is actually in the Hall of Heroes. For whatever reason that is, I don't quite know. But everyone else is in this book otherwise, which is kind of a shame. I guess it's a case of, maybe it's meant to make up for the fact that, obviously, Fortescue was meant to go to the Hall of Heroes, and that was kind of what the intention was, but obviously, he died in the first book. He never actually did anything, and I guess it was given to Canny Tim, who was actually, the person who got the most, fame or prestige, or did the most about, or whatever. So he basically took Fortescue's spot. Not that the townspeople ever knew that. So I'm guessing that's what that's about, if you ask my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Anyway, so that's where we're going to end this video. So thank you much for listening to that. A little bit of bonus footage for you there. And so next time we're actually going to embark ourselves back onto the actual game and into the awesome Asylum grounds. I cannot wait to see the Jack of the Green once again. One of my favorite characters of the original. He was so great. See you then.